I am California of the past.
I am California of the past.
I
am California of the past.
Hi, I'm John Weeks, columnist for the San Bernardino Sun newspaper. I'm going to talk about fast food today. San Bernardino has a supersized reputation in the history of fast food. In fact, this is where it all started. It's where the McDonald brothers, Richard and Maurice, opened their first McDonald's restaurant and perfected the assembly line techniques that would shape the industry. What's more, early visitors to McDonald's included two men who were involved in founding a bunch of other chains: Taco Bell, Taco Tia, Del Taco, Noggles, Baker's, and Der Wiener Schnitzel, all of them based on the McDonald's model. Richard and Maurice McDonald came to California from New Hampshire in 1920 and tried their hands first as set designers in Hollywood, then as theater managers in Glendora. Laid off during the Great Depression, the brothers opened a burger joint in 1940 in San Bernardino on the southwest corner of 14th and East Streets. It did a good business, partly because it was within walking distance of San Bernardino High School. When the brothers noticed that more and more young people were driving cars, they converted McDonald's to a drive-in. The grand opening took place on December 12, 1948, and that's the moment an industry was born. The McDonald brothers became masters of innovation. They collaborated with the owners of Toman Brothers Machine Shop in San Bernardino to create spatulas that were the perfect size for flipping burgers, milkshake machines with shorter spindles so workers could make shakes right in the cups, and ketchup dispensers that doled out perfect dollops of ketchup. Neil Baker and Glenn Bell, who had been San Bernardino high school buddies in the early 1940s, were young men in their 20s by the time 1948 rolled around and McDonald's became a drive-in. The two friends watched as McDonald's became a magnet for motorists, not only the first wave of youthful cruisers on E Street, but travelers detouring from nearby Route 66. Both men were much impressed by what they saw. Baker later would say, "I remember Glenn announcing that he was going to do the hamburger business. He built his first hamburger stand at Mount Vernon and Oak. I built one at Mount Vernon and 6th Street. We copied the McDonald brothers all the way." Them and everyone else, actually. Baker would say, "The Burger King guys were out here from Florida and took pictures. The guys from Wendy's came here too, checked it out, and copied everything." But if Bell and Baker started out as copycats, they soon developed their own very original ideas. Bell decided he could apply the fast food concept to Mexican food. So in 1954, he opened a restaurant he called Taco Tia at Baseline and Acacia Avenue in San Bernardino. Baker, meanwhile, pioneered the twin kitchen concept, opening a Baker's Burgers restaurant in 1952 at Highland and Geneva Avenues in San Bernardino that offered burgers at one window and Mexican food at the other window. Baker later would say with a laugh, if people wanted both, they had to wait in line twice, and I got a lot of guff over that. Both restaurants enjoyed immediate success. Baker's expanded into a chain that today includes more than 3 dozen establishments throughout the Southland. Taco Tia also expanded into a local chain, which Bell sold because he had bigger ideas. In 1961, he opened a hot dog drive-in in San Pedro called Der Wiener Schnitzel. In 1962, in Downey, he opened another Mexican fast food restaurant, this one named after himself, Taco Bell. Taco Bell expanded so quickly that Bell offered a bargain sale of Der Wiener Schnitzel to an associate, John Gallardi, who previously had worked for Baker. Baker later would say, when Glenn started Taco Bell, he just gave Der Wiener Schnitzel to Gallardi, and Gallardi took it from there. Both Gallardi and Bell did well. As it turned out, Gallardi built Der Wiener Schnitzel into America's largest hot dog chain, today with about 350 locations, and Bell turned Taco Bell into America's largest Mexican fast food chain, today with about 6,000 outlets. The second largest Mexican chain, Del Taco, also traces its origins to Bell. who sent an employee, Ed Hackbarth, to Barstow to open a new Taco Bell. Later, Hackbarth also opened his own restaurant, Casa del Taco, in nearby Yermo. Casa del Taco expanded to become a chain of its own, eventually shortening its name to Del Taco. Today it has more than 400 outlets. In 1970, a Del Taco employee named Dick Noggle left to open his own restaurant, Noggles, in Riverside. It expanded to become a chain of its own, with more than 200 restaurants, but in 1988 it was purchased and assimilated by Del Taco. And what about McDonald's? Well, more momentous even than the tutelage Richard and Maurice McDonald offered to other restaurateurs, such as Bell and Baker, was their meeting in 1954 with a milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc. Kroc was so impressed by how many machines he was selling to the brothers, he sought a partnership with them. First, he talked them into selling him franchise rights. Then, in 1961, he bought the whole company for $2.7 million and began the process of taking McDonald's national and then global. Today, McDonald's is the largest restaurant chain in the world, serving 60 million people daily in 32,000 restaurants located in 117 countries around the world. The original McDonald's, where it all began at 14th and E Streets in San Bernardino, no longer exists. But since 1998, the site has been home to the original McDonald's Museum, dedicated to preserving the McDonald legacy. Appropriately enough, the museum was established by another fast food tycoon with Inland Empire roots. Albert Okura is founder of the San Bernardino-based chain of Juan Pollo chicken restaurants, which now has almost 36 outlets throughout Southern California. So that's the short story of fast food and how it has come full circle here in San Bernardino. I don't know about you, but I'm getting kind of hungry.